Hey, what's going on, everyone? Astrology Eric Rosen, and welcome to Celestial Conversations from Chaos to Clarity. I'm going to be your astrologer navigating what I feel are the most important transits for the next week. I do these on Wednesdays because why the hell not? The Gregorian calendar is bunk anyway. Wednesday is a day of communication. It's ruled by Mercury, so this is my message to you for February 12th through February 19th. And it is an auspicious day, which means good luck, good fortune to be doing this, because we are absolutely hammering into that full moon in Leo energy, which is all about courage. It's all about expression. Now, it is Sun in Aquarius, and it is making a square to Uranus. Uranus is getting T-squared by this full moon, and so first I want to say this is not just any old full moon. It's not maybe the most potent Leo full moon ever, but it is one that reminds us, hey, are you happy? Are you happy with what you're creating in your life? Are you adhering to value systems and expressing yourself as the character today that aligns with the person that you want to be in your future? I gotta say, I really like channeling by the ocean. It feels good. I'm actually in Encinitas near San Diego, just finished up the Conscious Life Expo in LA, getting some rest, connecting with some friends after a really long weekend, met some really great people, did some really great readings, made some great connections. But it's time for me to be heading home soon, but I'm enjoying my beach time here. I'm enjoying channeling this for you because, I mean, really this is what it is about. This is about us being our full-blown authentic character. Like, people tend not to like Leo energy if they don't get it, because it's all about shining your light. It's all about your authenticity. That's really it in a nutshell. It's happiness. It's the authenticity of the child that just walks around and is basically possessed by the divine and just does what it wants to do. And there is a sense in this full moon of divinity, angels, higher level heavens very much playing into it with Uranus and all the Pisces energy. And it's really one that is based upon divine timing. It's about doing things that feel more like it has a zest that's bringing you closer to reawakening your soul. This society, this world has tried to push out the fun and the Leo energy and the creativity, and to make us basically into fucking zombies, where we're relying on coffee and we're relying on shitty sleep and stimulus to keep ourselves going. And it's like, enough of that bullshit. You know, it's just like, there was this old movie called Network. It was like from 1978, and it's like, fucking say that you're angry and that you don't want to take it anymore. It's like media shit. This is about, what are you doing with your life? Because the most worst way to use this full moon in Leo would be the drama of hearing what the fuck else the world is valuing, what other people are doing and valuing, looking out into society, looking out and trying to climb into some warm fucking hole, but it smells like piss because it's the old realities TV fucking generation of shit just getting mirrored back to us in a different fucking way, and it makes us fucking sad and unhappy and glued in our phones and all types of shit. This is a full moon to use where we want to be fucking playing. We want to be creating, not consuming. This is not a consumer full moon. I mean, none of them really are, unless it's actually consuming things that are soulful. And so this is one that's going, you know what? Let's really start to map it out. Let's really start creating based upon the divine dream and the bigger vision of those things that we feel fun and passionate about. It's okay if there's frustrations and irritations and delays that come up, because there's still going to be spiritual lessons in the background. It's not just about fucking getting the candy and eating the candy all the time. That's how people get duped into the marketing stuff, and buy this, buy that, wear these clothes, pay attention to these celebrities. It's over with. That reality is an extreme facade, and really we have to be standing up and expressing ourselves to say that the true way now to be cultured during this full moon is to express your realness, your fucking rawness. It's fucking Leo energy. Being cultured does not mean being able to carry on a conversation that plays the same note strings, the same musical instrument that everyone else is fucking playing. Because the truth is that they're handing out the same songs, the same instruments, and wanting everyone else to play the same thing, when the resonant frequency of that shit, of what's being said, of what's being shoved in our faces, is very low frequency vibration, and honestly is a way that gets people to slip into, I'm just gonna fucking say it, a satanic coma where you're not connected to the divine because you're not creating. So this is gonna look at a lot, this full moon. This is really gonna examine, hey, are you happy with the job? Are you happy with the 9 to 5? Are you happy with your family situation, your kids? This is this last week, the last full week of Mars retrograding Cancer before it's going to go direct on the 23rd. So not this week, but next week. And it's an opportunity for us to make sure that we're still slowing down enough to get the emotional clarity and make sure that we're coming from a soul-seated place of the divine, like with our creations too, that it's not just falling into the analytics of things with South Node and Virgo. It's like, go with that North Node and Pisces, you know, make it a dream, make it a movie, like make the creation something that pops in your life that feels, you know, kind of like your own creation of your own, like media, instead of media being shoved onto you, but it's the media of your own auric being, your own frequency. It's your own like glowing and just you being the person that people want to be around. Taurus deals with confidence. So does Leo. It's Uranus being squared by this full moon in Leo and Aquarius. And so people that just can't be confident and can't step up and express something new and fucking fresh, well, I guess enjoy another dull moon cycle, you know, where you're just getting invited into the drama and not actually feeling happy and actually the romantic connections in life. I mean, Leo does also rule love and romance, and so this could be for people, you know, where you create that next story arc if in your romance, like if you're in one. It's the same thing though. It's like apply the value systems like now of the future that you want to go. And I think that's the biggest thing about this, like too, is like, you gotta know, do you know that vision? Do you know like where you're going? This is a full cross fucking check before we head into this crazy Pisces energy in March, where we're already fucking there, but it gets crazier, where you don't want to get pulled into like confusion and lost Pisces land, because we are going into Pisces season with Mercury this week. So this is part of this horoscope after this full moon, that it's like, if you're solid in what you're doing and your values and like what you're creating, it's like, get that right now, because if you're not really sure where you're going, it's like too easy to get pulled. So this is a full 360 degree, you know, Aquarius, Uranus rules the heavens, looking at all of it. Are you passionate in your life? Go through all of it, like everything, every area, like every zone of things that you spiritually value, is how I would put it. I wouldn't get crazy and do the South Node and Virgo thing and make a 2-hour fucking list and all the activities you're gonna do and how it's all gonna be great. You're gonna wake up and do this every hour of every day and some ironed out schedule. It's more so that you're being succinct in your subconscious experience of your life, that you're seeing life in the way that you like wish to see it, but that's still factual with Jupiter and Gemini, that you see yourself like being in the frequency of going where it is that you actually want to go. And that anything that gets in the way subconsciously, that's where the healing is at. That's where, you know, the delays and the suffering happens. It's like where we're just not actually producing the reality because we have a part of us that's resistant. And honestly, with all the Pisces, that could be past lives, right? But I think the thing that trumps the past and the past lives would even be like future life progressions. One of the session types that I take people through is future life progressions, where you meet your future self and you get like the adjustments you need to make now to step onto that highest timeline. That's a really good way to like look at this full moon and look at this week, is like, what is that spiritual future essence of yourself like wanting to help you do, but especially to to vibrate at and how to see and sense things from a bigger lens. And it's probably not even going to be the exact like step to take. It's going to be more about that charismatic expression. And so, I mentioned, if you're in a relationship, but then if you're not in one, well, I mean, it's one of those things I think where we got to make sure that like we're doing all these things, and then that becomes like the bonus like to it. Like that becomes part of the cornucopia of all the beautiful fruits and vegetables and organic nourishment of like what it is that you're creating, because I can't fault anyone for using this full moon energy and the dream to like want a relationship. I get it, I want one, but it's also at the same time like make sure you know like what those values are. Make sure that you're not subconsciously disoriented and producing the thing that you're like used to in the past, or that you're doing it from a place of lack and loneliness. Overall, this is a full moon that is meant to be spiritually abundant. It's not something so much that we need to get obsessed about more of the physical value and the currency of things like money. It's more so about like, do you enjoy like how you're making your money? Does it actually get you happy and excited when you think about what it is that you're manifesting in terms of the physical nature of things, of like money or a relationship? And I think the other hard part too is like it can be really easy to hide in laziness and be like, well, everyone else is doing it. Everyone else is talking about Kendrick Lamar. Everyone else is talking about the Super Bowl. Everyone else is talking about Elon Musk. It's like, okay, so we get a fucking pass to all be lazy and just like, it would almost be like relishing landing in jail on fucking Monopoly. This full moon is essentially what this is, and it's a jail for your soul, where it's like we could be actually creating more magnificent, grand things in our life, one little spiritual step at a time, and like with people that connect to people. And I think that's the best part of this, like too, to bridge it from the individual level, is the connections. Like, look at this full moon as like, who do you want to be around? Who do you want to have fun with? Because yeah, it's this individual piece, but to like, make sure that we're not going into this more Chiron in Aries, like wounded ego, victim mentality stuff, and Venus, the shadow in Aries, that it's not like the me party, my values, my direction. It's more so about seeing like what actually needs to fade out that's not really valuable anymore, and it's not part of the identity of that future person that we're going to be becoming and creating as, and to be around those groups of people. So hope you enjoyed this today. If you do want to get your hands on that astrology ebook that I published, it's like 80 to 100 pages long, I don't even remember, and it goes through and breaks down your entire natal chart, shows you how to pull your chart information and go through what are the planets, the placements, and the different signs, the house systems, getting more familiar with that birth chart that is a reflection of you. You can purchase that, it's linked down below. And then of course the creme de la creme is getting a private astrology reading with me. Those are for the people that want to be courageous and go deep, or just want to work with an astrologer and you want to ask me questions and you actually like want access to my energy. It's valuable. Ask the people at this metaphysical fair. And I am going to start getting a lot busier, so if you've been on the fence, like kind of like mulling it over, thinking about, do you want to get a reading or not, this is the time to start to get in, because like things are going to start shifting a lot for people such as myself that are putting their money where their mouth is with their spiritual values by the middle of March and beyond. And so the world needs its true life soldiers that like stuck to their guns through this whole fucking pandemic, through the whole jab in the arm thing, through all the fucking negative ET stuff and everything being shoved in everyone's fucking face. And so for any of you that are ready to create and go to your next level, you feel like you're slipping, you need some help, especially with healing, because honestly that's my specialty, is like helping people get unstuck, create that clarity out of your own personal chaos, and actually go to a place that you're wanting to go, that your soul's wanting to go. And the gentle healing, but then the compassionate, amazing action steps that just flow from there, because you become a changed version of yourself. So if you want to check out a reading, or even just my one-on-one services in general to see what I have to offer, click on those links down below. I'll say namaste because I'm, in a very spiritual part of the country right now by the ocean. Namaste, and I will see you next week.